Cold or cool?
Too cold for new people.
Right? So today we're going to do Dharma Transmission 3 called Transmitting Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is A and B. A abbreviation of Arhat, B abbreviation of Buddhahood. There's two kinds. Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi is two. Prime Enlightenment and Supreme Enlightenment. So we start A, Arhat first. So this one based on definition of God is number one, egoless, personality-less, sentient beings-less, non-exist, and separate individuality based on that's the number one, egoless, triple emptiness. You know, triple emptiness, I and subject. Chinese says I is emptiness, Dharma is emptiness, both of middle is emptiness. There's a middle way. That's Chinese national name. Zhongguo means middleweight country. It's not top country. That's middle class. That's where they started from. So this one, we say here, triple emptiness is six consciousness, root of six consciousness on your body, or on human body, and six consciousness self operating. Also, perceptional six consciousness. You know six consciousness? You know that, right? Eyes, ears, nose, tongues, and body and mind, and then go with mouth. We're talking. Another meaning. Brain goes 3 times. So brain is subject to 2. That means 16, not 18. 16th Street in front of White House. Now I get it. That's not yet.
I just don't get the 16th Street stuff.
16 yeah. Consciousness. 16 consciousness.
16 consciousnesses.
Right, rather than 18 consciousness. 18 because brain goes 3 times, 2 subtract.
So if you were to count the brain 3 times, it would be 18. But since you count the brain only once, it's just 16.
That's correct.
What about the other 15?
Huh?
What about the other 15 consciousnesses?
6 consciousness 3 times.
Oh, I see.
That's your own, you have it. Everybody has it. Another, your spirit way, your mind way, your body way. Three ways. That's the triple emptiness.
So are you saying that each one of your consciousness, of the 6 consciousnesses, relates to this mind, spirit, and body slightly differently?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Right. 3 bundles. Or 3 layers. Or spiritual way, body way, or mind way, body way. 3.
And all of these consciousnesses are in front of the White House. They're
not necessarily in front of White House. White
Leading
House,
to the White House?
yeah, White House means in center of the one nation. You understand? Central power.
With barricades around it.
Entire all 50
Ego, it's
state
ego.
of people in 50 state, every one of the equality with vote, but becoming one person who allowed to stay in White House, but not permanent. Every 4 years, renew, changes. That's why politicians start from there. Otherwise, turn into dictators. Dictators, communism dictators. They're taking entire people job, whatever job going on, money going to take it. That's a dictator, communism. At least democracy, individual, they file the tax file and whatever income, pay tax. That's equality. It's not capitalism. It's for we treat people equality. That's White House means. White House representing by all people in 50 states. They vote for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And whose power? People in power. That's for by the people, of the people, from the people. People power. Right? Still
But the analogy with our Zen practice,
it's Zen practice is same. Equality. We don't discriminate anybody. Nobody leave behind. When you go on time justice, on time is we call it kalpas, on time. On time is there's time, there's no time. Right? Time and no time. Get over that's on time. That's called justice. Justice, abbreviation is describing justice, American way of. Just to be right, be truth. That's not it.
So it's in the analogy that you're creating with the 16th Street and the consciousnesses leading to the White House. The White House then would be supreme enlightenment.
No, that's not necessarily supreme enlightenment. White House means never be possessive of anybody's, personality, anything. Nobody, no possessive. Only offering compassion, giving love. That's Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva means. Nobody be right to be dictator or power and the scholar or God or heaven or anybody. Nobody but equality. On time. Go ahead.
Giving love with non-attachment,
Well, you can say so.
or not expecting anything, not doing
Not
love as a
possessive, in other words.
just the love goes.
Right.
But
Most
what-
people, personal love means they possessive. I love you and you belong to me, I belong to you. They called falling in means mind work. Mind work is always you trapped.
today's Valentine's Day.
Oh yes, the trapping. General was well trapped by websites.
But why is the White House an analogy for it? I don't see that.
Because White House representing the entire whole nation
Oh.
operates.
So it's a negative analogy, huh? You said the White House possesses
There's a lot of people.
Not possessive, not
Not
necessary.
possessed. Oh, it's not supposed to.
Not supposed to be.
Okay.
it's a symbol of democratic democracy, equality.
Well, democracy and Republican, nobody higher,
No,
nobody low.
not Democrats, but just
Democracy.
democracy with a small d.
Oh,
Is it?
right.
Would it be accurate to say that it's a symbol of one thought?
Even one thought,
One thought has.
once attain enlightenment, one thought is gone. If there is one, that's dictator.
So the White House is not a symbol of the purity of enlightenment. Then that's
Not necessary.
I thought
What
we
is
got that last week.
operable without discrimination? That's what it is.
That's a terrible analogy. That's any.
Well, you gotta understanding what enlightenment means. Without enlightenment, always there's somebody higher, somebody lower. It's not equality.
The Capitol is more
That's what it
than
says.
the White House. The White House is possessed by people, not an idea.
Well, this White House that doesn't mean what the 360 supporters, assistant, administration. One president has about 300 administration that were surrounded.
Yeah, but
He's not doing alone.
the
He
White,
can-
yeah, but it's predicated on more than half the people being right half the time.
Still, people that vote for whoever got top vote, that's becoming president. Sometimes you vote well, counting wrong, and the other way around.
Or you just vote wrong.
Just vote right, but counting wrong. But one of times is happening. 9 members of Supreme Court people says even though they voting won, this is illegal. This cut him off. Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm still trying to unravel these analogies you've been using for a long time. I think it's good that we talk. The Supreme Court, non-consciousness, is that what that analogy?
Supreme Court not necessarily from emotion front. That's my use. The emotion front is not Supreme Court quality. Emotion means discrimination. White better than black, black better than white. That's fighting.
But that's sixth consciousness stuff, right? But
This one bundle of six consciousness not enough. 3 bundles. 3 bundles means spiritually, mind ways, your body ways.
But it seems to me that Andy's right about the analogy being more appropriately, or more, the Congress be more of an accurate symbol than the White House.
Low house and higher house, both of them. They can make a law, but they're not allowed to operate it. Also, when they do wrong, they belong to justice, courthouse.
So the
There's
White House is
3.
the end of the democratic process then, because they've
There's
done the
3,
vote that he
yeah, 3
initiated.
equalized.
The White House can
He's-
take action.
He's supposed to.
All right.
Yeah.
White House will take action, but there's sometimes wrong that taking.
It's
Yeah, but
true.
only with the consent of the Congress.
Huh?
Only with the consent of the Congress.
right.
Well,
But
Congress,
that's why-
not necessarily Congress, only the people in the 50 states, they have more power. But you do this, next time you're not going to elect it.
I think that's why he's considering it to be part of democracy, because the law doesn't get enforced. The democratic will doesn't get enforced unless you include the White House.
Always.
Theoretically,
In White House, person still vote for one vote quality, not 2. Nobody has 2 votes. Right? Just equality.
except in
But
Chicago.
it seems to me that it's irrelevant. I mean, if the object of Zen or enlightenment is to come to your own realization, individually, regardless of anyone else. And
When
sometimes
you are on anuttara, samyak, sambodhi means entire sentient beings included. Nobody lives
but just you. I mean, you're not different.
not necessarily you or I. No such thing
Well,
individuality.
but that's my problem with the analogy of the government. The government is a body of people,
That's right.
okay?
Representing us.
Okay, but salvation has nothing to do with religion or anything else.
Of course not.
So,
But everybody thinking that that's belong to us. Everybody think, every husband think what their wife is belong to me. Every wife think that the husband belong to me. That's not necessary, right?
So long as you're not trying to take my wife, I'm okay with it.
No, I'm not trying to take
my wife,
anybody.
please.
But treat with equality. There's no male, female, or young or old, person. There's all this equality.
So it's not the it's not the specific political.
No, political is
It's not the application of it. It's the an idealistic framework. is
right.
what you're
Usually
talking
they
about.
have better life than farmers' life. Therefore, you usually taking political life. Yeah. Politicians are kind of you cannot win anyway. When you talk about it, you're endless. You fight over. No way you can win. So it's religion.
I keep,
Good, sir.
I keep hearing Andy week after week saying, it's every man for himself, it's my enlightenment, and what we're talking about now is more...
Enlightenment means you are not alone.
Yeah.
You've been.
But Andy's saying it's about my enlightenment. The hell with everybody else.
One person enlightenment say I'm enlightened, not you. That means that person is not enlightened.
Yeah, he's not saying to hell with everybody else.
Okay, what's he saying?
He's
What
saying
are you
that when he's enlightened, all is enlightened.
Right.
Is that what you're saying, Andy?
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
different,
okay.
and not, and
Well, that's cool.
And that's the problem I have with-
Diamond Sutra, second page. You read it. The
to
same
go
thing.
with
When you earn nirvana's entire all sentient beings are earned in nirvana. Nobody. If you say I'm attaining nirvana, but worm, this worm or this ugly snake not enlightened, that's wrong. You're not. That person is not enlightened. Every sentient being is enlightened at the same time.
So when I'm enlightened, the whole world is enlightened.
More than world.
More than world, okay.
We're waiting, Jim.
I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you, Steve.
It's a long wait. I think if you're waiting on me.
How you doing, fine?
On face value, on its surface, this statement, when I'm enlightened, everyone is enlightened, seems problematic because you start thinking about me and them. Because if you start saying, when I'm enlightened, every sentient being is enlightened. So if I attain enlightenment, that means the serial killer attains enlightenment too. Is essentially what you're saying.
That's why.
But on its surface, that's like, what? What did you mean? Because he's going to go on being a serial killer, and that doesn't seem like very enlightened to
They're
me.
enlightened, yes. But
there's no meaning.
they take
Right,
mistakes, that's all it is.
Hmm?
They take a mistake, they're enlightened. We call the predestination. Already enlightened one is forgot or put him in the emotion front, and then they can go kill us.
If you, and using the term you, because we have to use a term, but if you become enlightened, all distinctions are obliterated. There are no distinctions, and therefore there's no way that everything doesn't come with you.
Everybody
And
has
even Charles Manson and Adolf Hitler.
six consciousness. Everyone, all six consciousnesses belong to all sand grain. Every sand grain belong to them because form world is mind world is mind matters.
That's why you can't say, I have to become enlightened. That doesn't work.
Well, you can.
You can't, but
You
you
can't say-
can't make a goal about it. If you make a
No,
goal, it's
and
an
then you
hindrance.
described it well. That's Buddha's first time he attained enlightenment in the courses of 5 friends that are at the beginning of ascetic practice. 5 friends he talked about 4 noble truths, and then they accepted it works.
I'm not sure I understand your response to the question of Hitler or serial killer or someone like that.
Yeah,
Still being enlightened.
Hitler's enlightened. he was daydreaming. He talking about, I was this Diamond Mountains monk, meditative monk. He talking, and then he turned into serious, concentration camp place. In Buddha's disciple, the Devadatta, against Buddha all the time, but finally he's sunk into the tsunami, earthquake, and disappeared. Still, Buddha gave him transmission to anuttara, samyak, sambodhi to the Devadatta. Same thing. While the Lotus Dharma Sutra written there, there was chapter 9 or chapter 8. You can read it.
The evil doesn't exist.
Doesn't matter who are killer or who are outlaw or it doesn't matter. They are, when you enlighten, all they are. Because you can see their essence of nature rather than
The
outside.
Buddha nature.
Buddha nature. Everybody
So in a way, it's like saying salvation is their true nature, even if they've made
Don't
these
go with
mistakes, or-
individual name. If there's name, there's forms. If not unnameable, and then you talk about it. That is enlightenment. Right?
So, Master, in that sense, when the one reaches enlightenment, me and you doesn't exist anymore,
Excuse me?
right? So when one enlightens, there's
Uh-huh.
no me, no
That's
you
right.
anymore.
That's right.
No mean?
Right.
And
Like
me
entity,
and you.
being.
No duality. No duality.
Of course. Cause and effect, no such things.
Right.
No duality, no relativity.
Right.
But Buddha recommended websites quite a bit. Websites still cyber. Related each other, or human beings. Doesn't matter human beings, animals, any hell or heaven, all the related, it's not alone.
That's Indra's net in the Flower Remit Sutra, right?
Right. That's why it's described 28 chapters, another 28 hell talking about, but it's described each chapter very well. And then we base it on definition of God. Number one, egoless, triple emptiness. Number two, personality-less, that's called three kayas, Dharma kaya, Nirvana kaya, Samyak kaya. And sentient beings, that means all, everybody being is sentient beings, everybody. For sentient beings, no sentient beings, that means there's four wisdom light. Four wisdom light, Great mere face wisdom, equality wisdom, and then nirvana, highly enlightened wisdom, observation wisdom. And then switch on and off, you profit, that's nirvana profit, wisdom, that's all four wisdoms that belong to sentient beings. All sentient beings, their ability to get them. Also, they are already. And then fourth, separate individuality, that means the nirvana place. Nirvana place means prime enlightenment. Prime enlightenment means mind over prime enlightenment operates mind. Otherwise, mind operates you. Unless you prime enlightenment, mind operates you. And you are in hell, present hell. Sooner or later, this body is disappeared. Born and make ashes, turn into ashes. Another one, micro dot, turn into it. Yeah. But still, there's cybers, micro dot. Ashes still cybers. Leaking mind, in other words, mind leaks. As long as mind leaks, it's not. No more leaking mind means nirvana, only nirvana has. When understanding mind well, mind is nirvana. Therefore, no leaking mind. Mindfulness, it's like a river water, leaking that much. That's not allowed. That's not enlightenment. That's they say real happiness. Real happiness, nameable happiness. That's not happiness. Unnameable happiness. That's nirvana happiness. Get it? Unnameable happiness. You cannot name, but you're happy. Right? That's A. They call it transmitting anuttara samyak sambodhi A. Arahats belong to Arahats. Arahats, the Hinayana Buddhism, they are Arahats. In order to become Arahat, a long way to go, because they go possessing the mindfulness. Mindful meditations, mind leaking all the time. They are in a present help. Get over, mind over prime enlightenment. They're called at least number one eagle eye. You know, eagle eye. Federal government logo, eagle is there. They open eagle eye because they operate on matter of constitutional right law. That's why eagle eye. The eagle eye prime enlightenment called 5-time zone teaching. 5-time zone. Tripitaka means this called Bible. Bible is not 5-zone time teaching. The scholars wrote that. That's called the cyber Bibles. It's not real Bible. You gotta know that. 5-time zone teaching. That's eagle eye, prime enlightenment. Okay?
But eagles don't flock.
Eagle never dies. Still, they think there is one nation. They say one nation under God. They say they don't know what the God means. Therefore, definition of God. That's
One eagle.
huh?
One eagle.
Well, you just meditate more and think about it, which way you put it more. Anything person, anything, make it in balance, you come after that. Always, enlightenment is perfect. Yeah. And transmitting A is done, right? We call transmitting B, Buddhahood. Arahat's done, we call it Buddhahood. Buddhahood goes all this prime enlightenment or supreme enlightenment, both of them are meeting in Nirvana world. Nirvana, prime enlightenment to operate mind. Nirvana, supreme enlightenment, like daylight, to operate God and heaven. That's they say, God and heaven, right? That goes basis on Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths, that I try to get the people transmitting about Four Noble Truths. They agree, but they're not clean cut, not comfortable. That's why they go with Nirvana. Nirvana profit. Nirvana profit means Nirvana four virtues. Number one called forever. Forever means no begin, no end. And no end. They're called three transmitting. Number one. Three, we did three transmitting. We did 3 weeks, right? Third transmitting. That's it. Instead of triple emptiness, three transmitting. Anuttara, samyak, sambodhi. A and B.
Arhatship and Buddhahood.
Arahat, Buddhahood. Yeah. Right, number one, forever, no beginning, no end means free transmitting of anuttara samyak sambodhi. According to Buddhist scripture, three transmitting is number one, he transmitted to four bodhisattvas first, according to Flower Ornament Sutra. Second one, he transmitted to Sariputra. Sariputra is Buddha's son, will take over the teaching. In other words, becoming teacher of Buddha's son, Naura. Sariputra is second. And third is Mahakasyapa. Mahakasyapa turned into lineage, come to Bodhidharma 28. And then China, there's 5 patriarchs. This very last one, Hino, it's 33 patriarchs. That's called third class transmitting. First class Bodhisattvas, second class is Sariputra, third class is so-called transmission. Chinese will transmit books, they already written books coming out. The Chinese Buddhism is C class transmitting.
C class.
C class. And among the 33 patriarch, there were the 3 bodhisattvas there. One who wrote of the Buddha attained Nirvana 500 years later. One who wrote great faith to raising the books. Mahamya means there's 12 patriarch. And the second one in the 14 patriarch, Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna means he established Huayan Sutra. And the third one is Bodhidharma 28 patriarch. That's called Bodhisattvas. Those Bodhisattvas are the number 1 transmitting. Number 2 is Sariputra. Number 3 Mahakasyapa 2 lineage, 33 patriarchs. Therefore, you're transmitting. Unless you become bodhisattvas, you cannot be number 1. Second, Sariputra. Sariputra, nobody can take that position. only one. And the third, Mahakasyapa lineage, present in China, 5 patriarchs. That's called C class. A, B, C class transmitting. That was bodhisattvas. But nation-wise bodhisattvas, United States is only 1945 August 15 they did. Before it's not. While World War II, that's not United States is bodhisattvas. After that, after 1945 August 15, they officially they're becoming bodhisattvas. We call bodhisattva nation. The United States, they don't put him and religion together, cut him up, religion, politician religion separate. They don't want to mix around. Mess around the religion, they cannot survive. Look at the Middle East. They cannot. And then 3 times transmitting, number 1. In we call the Bodhisattva's way to attain enlightenment means Nirvana ways. Nirvana is number 1. Called 3 times transmitting. Second, happiness, unnameable happiness called. That's the 4 noble truths. First one, suffering. Second one, it's 5 skandhas. 5 elements get together. Yeah, that's called happiness. 5 elements get together. 5 brothers, they are very happy. Well, they don't put in any name, any forms, but happiness. We call it unnameable happiness. And then mindfulness, fourth. Everything is mind matter world. All form also mind matter worlds. The mind matter worlds is unless from enlightenment, mind matter is hell. Mind is hell because mind operates your life rather than you operate mind. That's called prime enlightenment. Eagle eye, open eagle eye. Mindfulness, you gotta open eagle eye. Also attain enlightenment, prime enlightenment. Also, that's called 5 time zone teaching, or also name called eagle eye. Right? Many ways to describe that. And the traditional ways the prime enlightenment. We call it on earth matters. On earth. And after that, what pure land, called pure land. So many people say pure land. Chinese pure land books are a lot, tons. But the pure land sometimes goes impure land. That's duality. Therefore, pure land is not enough. Pure land is called supreme enlightenment. They turn into only one Buddha, Amitabha Buddha. We chant Amitabha Buddha, we study. That's pure land because turn into supreme enlightenment. Prime enlightenment is supreme. Supreme enlightenment operates all goddess, all the pure, the heaven world. That's operates. That's transmitting P called Buddhahood. Any questions? Any skeptic to talk about?
Is Amita Buddha the same as cosmic harmony that we talked about?
Amita Buddha is a central Buddha of Pure Land. Main Buddha of Pure Land. Amita Buddha has a left side chair. It's Avalokitesvara Bodhisattvas. Right side is called the power, energy, power. Spiritual power. Everything power. Power, energy matters. That's called Pure Land Buddha. Pure Land Buddha, not supreme enlightenment. That's members, 9 members. 9 consciousness, not members. 9 consciousness called 9 members. And the human body is the cause of members.
I'd like to talk about Bodhisattva and Arahat. It's my understanding they both realize their enlightened nature, but the Bodhisattva chooses to act more in the world with people, whereas the Arahat stays.
Very much like Arahat.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. But in that state, his realization, her realization of the enlightened nature is radiating out and affecting all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Bodhisattva like God, yeah. No problem. Bodhisattva, Sanskrit called Bodhisattvas, English called God, and the Asians called the Sin. Sin means, the mind world. Mind, root of mind is emptiness. Emptiness.
Does the Bodhisattva have a little bit of an ego problem, wanting to be out there in the world?
No, Bodhisattva has no
ego.
ego problem.
No.
Egoless, personalless,
Right.
sentient beingless, and separate individuality-less. This set. That's definition of the God. That's
Well, what is it that's driving the Bodhisattva to be more active in the world, whereas the Arahat is just sitting back? I mean, there's a distinction
Not
there,
sitting back.
karmically, or
Arahat's always with you.
Arahat what?
Arahat's always with you, one who enlightened, essential mind. The name called Arahats,
Mhm.
but because ordinary people, religious people, just mind the words, or sometimes with emptiness they're talking about. Emptiness means you fell in a fetal hell. Fetal hell, that's emptiness is.
Is it?
You always the on-time justice. You're safe.
Is a bodhisattva's enlightenment prime enlightenment or supreme enlightenment?
Of course, Bodhisattva is supreme enlightenment. From Buddha, supreme enlightenment, the one transmitted.
This is a question that's rooted in logic in my mind, but if a bodhisattva, his enlightenment is rooted in supreme enlightenment, there's no place to come back to in order to try to help people in the world. There's no
Not
world to
necessarily
come
come back or go. Come and go means to all of this.
But then there's no then what's the distinction between an arhat and a bodhisattva then?
Quite a difference. Arhat is a small vehicle. Bodhisattva is a large vehicle, of course. The name called. No, large vehicle, many people ride on.
So is an arhat prime enlightenment, and is an arhat's enlightenment prime enlightenment, or is that also supreme enlightenment?
Prime enlightenment.
So an arhat's supreme is prime enlightenment. Okay.
You know, this 777 or 747, the huge plane going on. It depends on numbers, the number of people ride them difference.
Is an arahat embodied?
Huh?
Is an arahat embodied?
Body.
Yeah, body. Does he have a body?
Yes and no.
If whoever has they think I have body is not correct. Body means, definition of body is Hollywood old mirror. You know, Zen wood.
I'm not getting the difference then. What's the difference between an arahat and... I mean, both are
I got
enlightened.
a small vehicle or large vehicle.
There's
You
no
get
big and
this.
small.
Or there's something resistant, something left in nirvana, some non-left in nirvana.
So the arhat still has a trace.
Traces.
So is really an arhat an eighth consciousness or a ninth?
Arahat, when the Arahat transmitted it, they turn into 9 Amalya consciousness. Yes. But whoever got transmitted, anuttara, samyak, sambodhi, one of you, you transmitted it, you are 9 consciousness.
So at that time, Arahat already turned into Bodhisattva, no longer Arahat.
But we don't call Bodhisattva, but just call Arahat.
Still called Arahat.
Yeah, still call Arahat. We don't call that Hinayana or Sarabhata.
Different terminology.
Right.
Term
Hinayana,
enlightenment.
yeah, Hinayana, Sarabhata, Mahayana, all those are cybers. They're not real.
But if an arhat does transmit it and attain supreme enlightenment, then
Prime enlightenment, they're called.
well,
You know, they can open an eagle eye, yes, no problem. Want to open eagle eyes anytime you want to be prime enlightenment, supreme enlightenment, you can make it out.
I'm not getting the differences.
Well, it's by with thinking and talking analogies with separate, you cannot. Only you attain, Diamond Samadhi or Prajna Samadhi, on time you can, kalpas you can analyze. Only on time you can make it. But by thinking, unable to.
I am thinking, but I come back to Jim's question, which I think is the root of the question, which is, if a bodhisattva attains supreme enlightenment, and that supreme enlightenment means that all things are enlightened, what is there to come back to save?
Nothing to come back. You come back or going come back, then it's not enlightened. Another, there's no death, no birth. If there's birth and there's death, that's only.
Then why is there any distinction at all between a bodhisattva and an arhat?
That's the way with the traditional way to talk. Buddha talk.
It's just Tripitaka?
Yeah, and only Tripitaka analyze. You read the Tripitaka. Sometimes Tripitaka thinks that I'm the, the patriarch way to attain enlightenment. Patriarch attain only prime enlightenment. It's not supreme enlightenment.
So Gosung Shin, to me, the arhat still have a little bit duality there, right? There's sentient beings, samsara world. Here I'm in nirvana. There's suffering. Here I'm in emptiness. Still, for arhat, there's still distinction, slight distinction of duality. Therefore,
Paul Noble
I don't
Truth
go
says,
back.
samsara world or nirvana world, they're all no difference. All this like a empty space. We try to think about form world because since we have form body, we think about form world.
Why then does Buddhism make a distinction between bodhisattva and arhat?
That's not distinction.
Historical.
That's what we say so. Why, when you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, face or male, female, sex, we try to distinguish. You're a girl, I'm a boy. I have 2 eyes, you have 1 eye. Sometimes people crippled, there's a crippled world. They describe different way. It's not necessary. Form world is already immobilized form world. And most people form worlds, wind blows or weather changes, so many changes going on.
So does an arhat ever have leaking mind?
Arahats no leaking mind. If leak mind, we don't call arahats.
Okay.
Leaking mind, we don't call bodhisattvas. Mind leaks, forget it. Mind leaks like emotion front in your head.
So coming back only can exist in thought that he creates.
There's no comeback such things.
Was no come.
Nothing to go, nothing to come back. Immobilized daylight. Daylight's forever.
But when you say that the arhat doesn't come back, but the bodhisattva does, you're automatically making that distinction.
Well, we say arahat, we say bodhisattvas. Sounds different. But it's on anuttara samyak sambodhi.
It's like a dead atheist, no place to go.
If there's a place to go, you will call it If there's a place where we can come, we can come top class living, not begging food away.
I have to set that all aside because it's just
When you touch it, look at form world the hallucination, not real. It's come and goes. That means form world.
Let's leave those arahats alone then.
So
Don't know
many,
where to go.
so many people say there's a human life is imagine. Imagine means you look at the mirror, inside the imagination going on. Therefore, Hollywood mirror means Hollywood taking the picture, action and take picture and make money. We call the Hollywood old mirror. That means the fire elements in the wood. There is wood, there is fire elements in the wood, they're wrong. There's no fire elements in the wood, they're wrong too. There's no possible wrong. That means. But only thing, fire, 2 pieces of wood rubbing hard, action. And you can see smoke, see, and the fire, see. You can see. Only action. Therefore, Hollywood action. Hollywood old mirror. No, mirror is taking pictures.
But in Zenwood, let me see if I can sort of construct this properly. Zenwood, where there's no fire element and fire element. And
That's why anuttara samyak sambodhi, definition of anuttara samyak sambodhi is Hollywood old mirror. That's what it is. We're talking about anuttara samyak sambodhi means Zen wood, old mirror. Old mirror means that mirror, great mirror is great mirror wisdom, or mirror face wisdom, not difference.
Well, so would Zenwood then be analogous to supreme enlightenment.
That's correct. Yes.
But when you actually take the practice, you're engaging in the samsara work.
That's called mir.
That's the mirror.
Yeah.
Usual,
Okay.
usual wisdom is
That's-
Wisdom. Yeah.
But that's still samsara practice.
That's not samsara. That's not there. Non-exist. Unnameable. Unnameable fire element to it. But we name it.
But when you rub it together and the smoke comes out,
On
the
the
fire
exit,
comes
yes.
out, that's samsara.
That's not samsara. That's called nirvana world. Nirvana world is unnameable. You cannot name it.
You mean because it's energy?
You say energy, okay. Only 4 elements. Wind come from energy, right? Temperature difference. That's what make wind. That's already, wind means two elements. And another was, next one in the crowd, you know, one of just crowd. Crowd movements is
Energy.
crowd means water, right?
Yeah.
Water come from earth,
Element.
elements
Yeah.
in earth. Earth, water. Because earth, water, and then fire, and then wind. 4 elements. 4 elements, that's transmitting. We call the Dharma crowd. Dharma crowd.
The 4 elements.
Yeah. The Dharma crowd and only take care of the NIH, everything. You know why? NIH called the MX plus B. Why equal MX plus B? Last week we talked about it. M means mind matters. X means oxygen, you know, hydrogen. H2O, H means the MX plus B means B, abbreviation of Buddhahood, enlightened. Yeah. That's anuttara samyak sambodhi. Definition of anuttara samyak sambodhi is Hollywood, Zen wood, or the meal. You gotta wait.
And is that the wisdom?
Huh?
Is the old mirror? Is that the wisdom you're talking
Wisdom.
about when you?
All
that's-
wisdom, all included.
Okay, yeah, the 4 wisdom, but the wisdom we're talking about. So you have the Zen wood, but I was thinking of it in terms of practicing where you have to be samsara. But if you practice it with wisdom, it's not. There's not.
When you look at
It's not samsara.
when you look at it, not look at it, you are in wisdom self. You don't have to rubbing 2 pieces of wood. You right away you can use. That's 5 elements. Fire and another make tornado. You can make tornado storms by your own self practice. You know, snowstorm comes, you can make erase it, cancel it. Who can do that? Anuttara samyak sambodhi. Who can do that? Who cancel the cloud in the sky? Cloud never cut by the blue sky. They can go as much as they can. That's 4 elements. Freely you can on and off, you do that. That's called freedom of enlightenment.
Is that the same freedom as Indra's net? Is that the same freedom as Indra's net? In the flower ornament sutra? Indra's net.
Right. That's called flower ornament sutra.
But is that the same freedom where it never really, the white cloud's not caught by the blue sky?
Right. That's transmission way. I give you 3 ways. And in the middle way, you're talking about why call MS plus B. That's what it is. You know, why means time and emptiness, time and samadhi, time and parajuna. and turn it to one stick and two cone, like buffalo horn. Buffalo head one two horn come, or tusk, elephant tusk, two tusks come out. One light, one head come out. All the time, very very all the time, analogy Buddha taught them. That time there's no chemistry, anything. People has no basic education at all. That's why you put analogy all the time. For instance. MX means M means mind world. Mind, all form was mind world. X means emptiness. Emptiness you can put in anything, but you cannot divide it. But X means does X make X-Men? Sorry, X-Men. X-Men means healing well. Healing well. Like a NIH heal, prescription make people healed. X. Therefore, NIH give promotion for mind because MX plus B.
NX plus B.
Men get sick, but it never be sick. When you attain enlightenment, never be contaminated by anything. Yeah. That means. Why I call MX this? I just presenting. According to my own experience, I'm telling this. But usually say, Buddha says, like a buffalo horn, you go alone, never be caught. Wind never be caught by network. Crowd never be caught by blue sky. And you cheer you or enter you, but never let your mind leaking.
Cheer you?
Cheer. Cheerleading.
Oh, cheerleading.
Applaud you.
Cheer you or
Criticize.
oh, whether you're being applauded or whether you're being criticized.
Right, that's right. Either way.
You don't let your mind leak.
Don't let your mind leaking out. And therefore you are supreme enlightenment. What Nirvana world is.
Can we say there's no such thing as sickness if the mind is not attached to the body, which is going through some kind of chemical process, which we would typically call sickness? But as long as
long
there's
as
no-
enlightenment never be
Yeah.
contaminated
Right.
with mind at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can operate mind. Chemistry, Nobel, he operates chemistry so well, he made a Nobel Prize.
So enlightenment is the greatest medicine, right? Can we say that?
More than that.
More than that, yeah. Supreme fun, too.
Right. Every Supreme Court you obey to you.
So shouldn't it be our job as Zen masters in training to go out and promote the health of the world by getting everybody to do Zen meditation?
That's why you guys operate American Gens. Nobody has like American Gen possessive already opportunity.
Nobody.
Foundation. No nation has it.
Yeah, I
like
know.
United States.
Well, that's what you're doing.
If I might respond, I think in terms of your, whether you want to go out and
You
give a
wanna be a
message,
bodhisattva
or whether you want to sit in meditation, if you're practicing right, there's no difference
that's
between
The classic dualistic difference
Exactly, yeah.
between arhat and bodhisattva.
But we've already said there's not really any
No,
difference.
well, okay.
Well, you just think about the 50th state with five time zone in the United States. That's based on. No nation has it except the United States. If any nation has that, their nation is enlightened. Even Sweden, Nobel Prize when Sweden, they don't have it either.
People are suffering. I don't understand how we sit upstairs every Saturday that's going to alleviate suffering without us being out there in the world in some sense. I just don't get it.
Because it's predicated on your assumption that you know better than the universe, the reality that It is
I
what
don't
it
know what
is.
that means, Andy.
What it is, what it
That's
is.
too philosophical for me, I don't get
Not
that.
philosophical.
Philosophical
It's,
is not enlightened yet. It belong to mindfulness. Meditation means belong to philosophy. Think about, thinking of. That's meditation is. But Zen is different. Then Zen is enlightening. There was some time for Zen meditation. Not necessarily putting in meditation there. Meditation world is in the India world. You know, India, 300 years slave of British, nation.
Andy's enlightenment is going to be enlightenment for everybody, right? I mean,
Of course.
of course.
And the open mouth and everybody will attain enlightenment.
He just has to sit and the whole world gets enlightened. It doesn't make logical sense.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's why you don't use logic to try to do Zen.
Right.
Well,
When you open mouth, talking mouth, end of that's called Zen. Or not talking to end, enlightenment, therefore genuine Tathagata Zen.
So regardless of Andy talking or not, we're already enlightened. So Andy, just feel free to speak.
Well, when you describe the Four Noble Truths well enough, and that's Nirvana world described well, that much I can tell you.
It seems to me that ultimately, just to sort of address Jim's problem, that suffering is a hallucination.
Of course.
yeah.
Or
And
human
that
body is
hallucina-
hallucination.
Yeah, that hallucination can't you can't cure it, you can't fix it. If you have to dispel it by just removing all the barriers and distinctions of reality, and that's not something you go out there to do, because once you start thinking I'm going out there, you're already in the world of distinctions. So that's just the minor point I wanted to make.
I don't see how sitting on a cushion alleviates suffering of other people.
But so we just determine suffering is a hallucination.
If there is
You wanna-
cushion,
Yeah, well, they're out there hallucinating, so you just
Well,
sit.
you're hallucinating too, because you think they're suffering.
Okay, back to that.
No. That's a
That's-
critical point. There's the
Suffering-
suffering is a
suffering means-
hallucination.
three transmitting suffering. 5 elements, original 5 elements means that's unnameable happiness. The mindfulness means prime enlightenment. Pure end means supreme enlightenment. That's genuine talking about transmitting anuttara, samyak, sambodhi is P. Buddhahood. And the third definition of anuttara, samyak, sambodhi is Hollywood old mirror, Zen old mirror. Don't lose it. When you lose it, just someone will step on your tail. That means you have tail. The longest tail, who has it? Animal. Longest tail animal. Monkey? Huh?
Monkey? No.
No.
Probably gator.
Human being.
Oh.
That tail is so big, wrapping up whole world many, many times.
I think the Four Noble Truths are misleading in the following sense. It seems that they're saying desire is the cause of dukkha, desire gives rise to suffering. It seems to me that what gives rise to suffering, even though it's an illusion, is attachment or wrong identification with the self. The self, by its very definition and
No,
construction,
samsara and
gives
nirvana
rise-
and the force of tornadoes. Why bro?
I didn't understand.
Samsara,
Yeah,
birth and death,
Yeah.
getting old,
yeah.
going, the samsara and nirvana world, both of not exist. Only anuttara, samyak, sambodhi.
Give rise to suffering. These are the
No.
I'm missing it. I was talking about how desire gives rise to suffering. That's what the Four Noble Truths are.
Desire something talking of this samsara. Samsara is desire or burning house, the samsara world. Samsara or nirvana world. Both of them are hallucination. Throw it away.
Nirvana world is hallucination too.
A name of nirvana is not necessary you're taking it. Because nirvana you're unable to stay there. Abidiless nirvana. Because abidiless nirvana. Therefore you cannot stay there.
Nirvana is still in the realm of consciousness, and supreme enlightenment is even beyond consciousness
course.
itself.
Yeah. You try to go up the, I'm a Supreme Court man, nobody can touch me. That's wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it away. Only anuttara, samyak, sambodhi transmitting is called Hollywood old mirror. Nobody can touch it. No matter what. Burning out, destroyed, and making, never unable to reach there. That's called definition of anuttara, samyak, sambodhi. Hollywood old mirror, right? Everybody go Hollywood. No, that's not. Yourself mind working. When thinking of six consciousness on and off, or talking of your heart, talking of your brain, none of them work. Only Hollywood or the mirror works.
So, Master Shin, is Zenwood, Hollywood, mirror face wisdom, is that hallucination as well?
That's not necessarily hallucination. You can see fire elements, 2 pieces of wood, rub it, you see it, or you lie about it. That's called Hollywood. Hollywood, Hollywood. Zen wood is Hollywood. You know, Eastwood, Westernwood, Tigerwood.
So,
Many wood.
So Hollywood does not exist in form world. Form world, everything in form world is hallucination.
That's correct.
Everything.
That's correct.
Everything.
That's dream world.
And even you said our senses are the six worlds.
That's dream world.
Is all hallucination.
That's correct. Not real. Only daylight.
That's what's
Nirvana daylight. That's supposed to be.
So everything else is just emptiness.
Emptiness. Not necessarily emptiness means
Or
trapped.
it's
You say emptiness, I'm trapped in emptiness.
there's nothing.
If
basically.
believe in God means believe in emptiness, same thing. With the mind matters. God means mind matters. That's called why you call MX plus B. That's much easier to hold.
It's very challenging to think, use a logic to think about it.
Oh yeah, logic also.
It's very tricky.
Day
You
and
get
night,
into the trap.
forever
Right away.
going on.
Yeah. Don't use logic. to think.
Logic is a
Just sit
cul-de-sac.
down and experience that. You will see that happen.
All the logic like some weird window blows this way, but root is the same place, any direction. That's called philosophy, thinking.
So that's the nirvana observation, the golden drum. Is mirror face with Zen.
That's good. When you practice, 3 practice one. Number 1, you practice sunset, west side mountain, top of mountain. You put even sun, like a drum. Observation, mind does.
Observe.
Yeah, that's number 1. Turn into your consciousness, turn into daylight. And number 2, observation of water. Water and clean water, you can see clean water and lake. It goes through, you can see bottom of lake through. That's glass.
Right.
Glass has yellow light, yellow color, but we are colorblind. We don't see yellow color glass. The yellow part you can see. You can see. That's myself, mind, matters. Yourself, mind, matters. That's second observation. Third observation, earth, form world. Earth is yourself. All the nature doesn't matter. Any the planets, goes at night to see many stars, shining. That's your self body is. So therefore, your body is flapping, daylight flag. Your mind is warehouse of the spiritual powerhouse. Mind is warehouse. We are also lacking inside there important things. Safe, the cash there inside, they make a warehouse.
So you must
Six spiritual power.
you must control your mind over it.
Right. Six spiritual power is important. Divine eye, and no leaking mind, and predestination. There's three manifestation, and you can read. 1,000 million years ago, Buddha says without ear dream, nothing, you can hear them. Also, you can read everybody's mind, or sentient being's mind. Also, you can operate all the God. One God or God is every God you operate. Your spiritual power self. That's a six called spiritual power. That power located in warehouse. Mind is warehouse. Warehouse, front warehouse, the sign hazard. Don't near it. Don't open it. You are not allowed to get in.
Can you travel in time and be in more places?
On time, yes. On time they make
You
sound.
can travel on time.
Everything. On time means you can get in any warehouse.
And all knowledge is available to you also.
Everything's on time. Yes. On
When
time.
you said a minute ago about the three practices, and you said about the sun setting over the mountain on the west,
Right.
is that an actual? Are you
Actually practice.
Are you recommending that to visualize that as
Oh
a
yes,
practice?
not visualize, but when you practice observation,
See.
practice yes. Mind working. In order to mind activating first.
Right.
Three
Isn't that a
observation.
mindfulness type of practice though? By creating an
Not
image
necessarily
like that?
creating. It's the observation created by self. You don't have to create.
Sunset.
Try to get ideas. The idea means you get stress.
Yeah.
It just you get sick. Stress means you build stress and to turn into bodily sick, mindly cycles.
So it's a matter of practice. You're not talking about imagining, but to actually go out and sit
Actually observe.
and be there with the sunset.
Immobilize way to observation. Yes. Or sun, every sun never sunrise, never sunset. Sun never mobilize. Immobilize way to observation. The three observation meditation very important. Some people say, intensive practice is not necessary. Our 24 hours we do three immobilized practice. While you sleep, you dream, you fall in dream, that means you're leaking mind. If there is dream, you leak mind. Yes. No leak mind, no dreams. There's no sleep. Therefore, no dream world. Dream world means all the form world, dream world. Yes.
Would you say it's just sit in silence? Sit in silence?
No sit. No lay down.
Right.
Sitting is wrong too. There is cushion, that's form world, that's wrong. The sitting is, rather than lie down, sit down straight. And I'm breathing, inhalation, exhalation, that's wrong too. Nothing to breathe in, nothing to breathe out. That's why we can three observation and practice come out there. Answer comes. You're just looking for answer, not the creating of problems. Creating is stress. You make problems.
So when you say use your mind, think your mind, think
Everything's mind.
It's the absence of the physical mind.
Therefore, their mind never let it leak out. They're thinking here, there, leaking mind. Leaking mind make you stress. That's
Physical
sick.
mind.
That's a genuine mind, enlightened mind.
Or spiritual mind.
Not necessarily spiritual. Yes, spiritual enlightenment, Buddha nature. You say spirit right away, you put enlightened nature.
But it's not the mind created by the brain. I think that's
Not
Right.
necessarily. That if there is a brain, that's hallucination.
So you're in samadhi.
Even samadhi get over later. Samadhi means you're trapped in emptiness. You trap self-emptiness.
Better than where I am now.
You get over. That's nirvana means you're not going to trap in the
Grass is
emptiness.
always greener in emptiness.
That's right. So, Master Shin, Zen meditation is having the balance of knowing how to operate in form world and then attaining those three practices and the six powers, which is supreme enlightenment. So like you said, if there's no mind, you're wrong. If there's mind, you're wrong as well. So you can't just sit there and, you know, it's a hallucination. There's a truck coming and you're like, oh, I'm going to transcend into emptiness and this truck won't hit me. You got to move out the way or something's going to happen. I mean, it may be a hallucination, you know, like we say, everything's suffering's hallucination. People in poverty is hallucination. Everything like
Your dead body on the pavement all splattered because you stood in front of the truck is also a hallucination.
Yeah.
Just a being like a nirvana daylight, with observation. You look in mind observation, and the three observation with immobilized daylight. There's another, your consciousness is daylight, no difference. If there's ninth consciousness, eighth consciousness, try to digging out, you are not samadhi, you are not genuine meditators. Genuine meditators, no, not necessarily so inhalation, exhalation either. So, physicians say, you don't breathe, you'll die. That's what they say.
Could it be?
You don't have to breathe, beginning wise.
Could it be that hallucination is the wrong word? It's more like distortion. Our senses of six conscious give a distorted vision of sense of world.
Well,
It's a
that's the-
distortion. It's not an.
Is go with form is emptiness, and emptiness form. Much easier go with.
Yeah.
Form is emptiness, both of them are it's hell. Emptiness form, that works, that way to practice.
Emptiness is form, yeah.
That's solar system work.
Well, it's more emptiness manifest as form. Emptiness is
Manifestation,
more
yeah,
than-
you start with three manifestation first.
yeah, manifestation.
No leaking mind, divine mind, divine eyes, and it goes predestination, the three manifestation.
Yeah.
Emptiness form, that you start with that.
Yeah, emptiness, yeah. I like
And
that.
much easier to get through.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you always something bothering you. It's just not it. That's it. That's not it. Then it's your dream.
So, Master Shin, is it safe to say that if every single sentient being was supremely enlightened, wouldn't it eliminate form, like the pecking order in form world? Like it would eliminate middle class, upper class, poverty, poor people. If everyone just knew, like a piece of paper enables you to do certain things,
Everyone has a consciousness.
because there's more than enough for everybody. But there has to be this thing in order for it, for form world to work. There has to be.
You sound like a lot of paperwork.
And that's our job.
No. Right. Well, I think so, but what we're saying is just as long as you know, like Master Shin said, I forget my man's name, and we're not supposed to use names, so I guess we're in the right realm. He said, once you're enlightened, your family is automatically enlightened.
That's right.
So I guess that's the same. It holds true for the whole form world. Once you know,
Yeah.
you don't have to say a word. Like your presence alone should enlighten others.
Yeah,
I think.
I get that, but I don't get it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I get it
a
theoretically.
confusing concept.
No, because I think you
You
gotta
just
be out
gotta-
there doing stuff to make that come into being, right? And I
We're
think
good.
that's
I would
what
think
you
so.
said.
Anyway,
But just your presence alone is
from now
enlightenment.
we have the class here. You guys are operating, teaching you the right way. Like he says, the lot of the upper way, upper middle class, upper class, middle class, low class, whatever you make classrooms.
so we can say everyone is enlightened.
Right.
Everyone is enlightened, just not supremely enlightened. There's
Yeah.
nirvana enlightened. There's
Or
prime
you soon,
enlightenment.
when you go through observation after that, you can turn into supreme enlightenment.
Right.
No question. about
Right.
it. Yeah. Do it.
Which is the sunset, the water, and mind over
Or Earth.
earth.
Yeah.
Observation.
Earth is mind over this.
Mind. Okay. Sun, water, earth.
And then Earth, mind over, mind over, and prime enlightenment. After that, much easy going. Until the prime enlightenment is hard way to get through. As long as you open eagle eyes, much easier. Turn into federal government. Eagle eye.
Wouldn't that be a
It's,
shame?
It's hard to believe the federal government is.
send you social security check every month.
Well, they are good fighters anyway. They're fighting all day and
Turn
night.
all the
That's not the federal government, that's the individuals.
We see it next year, who is going to be becoming new president. They can fight over.
God will enlighten them.
Huh?
God will enlighten them, God will White House next.
If one of the enlightened, the whole government is peaceful. Okay?
Sentient beings are numberless, we vow to save them. Desires are inexhaustible, we vow to end them. The dharmas are boundless, we vow to master them. The Buddha's ways incomparable, we vow to attain it.
Thank you.
Thank you.